Hello, this is LaserBolt and welcome to today's video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know about the VAAS DLC. We have brand new information and we also got the release date of when we could expect the game to come out. So if all of this sounds like something you're definitely interested in, you're excited for the DLC, a like would be greatly appreciated. Also, subscribe to the channel, turn on all those notifications so you guys won't miss when our videos go live. And if you want to go the extra mile and become part of the Bolt Nation membership, hit that join button down below. We'd love to have you. So let's talk about the VAAS DLC. So as you guys know, let's pull up the roadmap real quick and talk a little bit about the roadmap, but we're going to go into deep so you guys can know exactly what you can expect out of the whole DLC when it actually launches. So here's the roadmap, guys. As you guys know, we are already in November. Yes, guys, already in November. So we already got the Cocodrillo. We are pretty sure next week we're going to get Los Tres Santos, which is a brand new special operations. And if you actually notice where that line where the Los Tres Santos meets with the Insanity DLC, it's right down almost, not going to say down the middle, but it's very close to the release of that. So I will be telling you guys the exact date when this is going to release, and we're going to have our fingers crossed because as the way things are happening right now with Far Cry, where things are releasing early, things are releasing late, I'm going to give you a date that we know is the one that's going to release, but we don't know will release early or release late, so we don't know what's going on over there at Ubisoft. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about the DLC and what you can expect when you get the game. So one of the first things that we want to talk about, guys, is the gear you'll be able to get in the game. So there's a lot of really good gear that you're going to be able to get, but the one we want to primarily focus on is the gear that you're going to be able to get when you actually launch the DLC, right? That's the one we want to be talking about. So let's take a look at this DLC. I'm going to try to avoid hovering over stuff because I don't want to make sure you guys get spoiled. And I know you're probably wondering, Laser, what the heck, brother? How do you have access to all this information? Well, guys, just like I said, we don't know what's going on in Ubisoft. They actually released the DLC early on Stadia. I was fortunate enough to hop on Stadia, mess around with it, and get you a couple of images, so keep that in mind. So here we go, guys. So when you start the game, we are going to be able to get access to a new set of items or clothing, which is just pretty much the attire from VAAS, which is really cool. And this is what we get. It says, enter the mind of VAAS, fight his inner demons, discover his repressed memories, and face off against his greatest adversaries as you struggle to break free from the cycle of the insanity. So not only do we get the as the headpiece, chest piece, pants, boots, and of course our gloves, but we also get a chibi, which is actually pretty dope. And as you guys see here, one thing I want you to notice right there on the top, it says mind level 1, and we're going to talk a little bit how that mind level works. I'm going to try to keep it as spoiler free as I possibly can with giving you guys enough of information so you guys know exactly what's going to happen. So that is what you guys are going to expect at the beginning. So really cool. I didn't expect that we were going to get a whole complete gear set, and I'm actually excited because, the VAAS gear set is actually pretty dope. Definitely the shirt, the gloves look really dope. That chibi looks really amazing too. So before we go and talk about how the mechanics work in the type of game modes we're going to be able to play with the Insanity DLC, let's talk about a little bit about the achievements that actually got leaked, or trophies that got leaked on PlayStation. So we have No I Won, which is Escape VAAS's Mind, it's just pretty much complete the DLC. We have I Rule the Kingdom, which is Escape VAAS's Mind with a score of at least 25k. Now that one's gonna be really challenging, and actually it's gonna be really fun. Then we have the 1%, carry at least 8,000 cash one time. Now carrying the cash is gonna be extremely important because when you die, you get to rightly lose that cash. So you want to keep that in mind. This is your brain, and discover every location in VAAS's mind. There are multiple locations, so that's really cool. So a lot of exploration there. We have Field Day, which is to unlock all the weapons in VAAS's army. There are some weapons. We'll go ahead and cover other weapons and how you get them unlocked and what you need to do to upgrade them in a little bit. We also have Dear Diary, collect all of VAAS's diary pages. Then we have Puff VAAS, which is collect all of VAAS's chibis. We have so much for poetics, and it's collect all the visions in VAAS's mind. We have self-help, fully upgrade all weapon cases in VAAS's armory, which is what I talked a little bit, which we'll go a little bit more in depth just in a little bit. And then we have definition of insanity, which is escape VAAS's mind in mind level 5. So as you guys see right there are multiple levels, and as you saw the first image that I showed you guys, we had multiple mind levels right there as well. So that is what we have as far as the and trophies. Let me know which one stands out for you the most in the comment section down below. Alright, so now we took a look at the achievements. Let's talk about that we're going to be able to do in the game. There's a lot of stuff to collect, and there's a lot of stuff to discover, and a lot of things to do. First things, we have to collect the 3 pieces of the silver dragon blades. In addition to that, we're going to have to discover unique locations and challenges that will reward you cash. Now, cash is going to be really important because that's what we're going to use to upgrade our weapons and do all other stuff as upgrading. In addition to that, we're going to be able to discover weapons and other helpful items. This is the main thing you want to take from this, if you didn't take any of what I said, is every time you die, you will lose all transit inventory items. It's extremely important that you keep in mind, and that's why planning your strategy and planning what you buy when you go to the mine and try to escape it, you plan accordingly because everything you buy could get lost. Now, speaking of cash, is going to be your next question is, Laser, how do I actually go about earning cash, and what can I do with cash? You're going to be able to collect cash by taking out enemies, opening up chests, and completing challenges. Now, what are you able to do with this cash? You're able to spend it on armory, on weapons and equipment, and also on the mirror and on permanent trait, which we will take a look at right now. All right, so one of the first things you're going to need to do is adjust the mirror. Basically, mirror is going to give you the ability to have permanent traits. Now, these traits are going to be very beneficial to you as you progress through the different stages of VAAS mine. You're going to be able to unlock permanent traits at the mirror. These upgrades will help you overcome the dangers of the mine. Now, there's a total of 5 different traits. I'm not going to hover over them and go over each individual one of them because I didn't want to spoil it. I want to make sure you guys, whenever you guys get in there, that there's some sort of element of surprise. So I'm not going to hover over them, but they are very beneficial and will help you progress throughout the game. Now, you can theoretically kind of get an idea of what each trait does just by looking at the image. So let me know, out of all images, I already know what they do, but out of all those images, which one do you think is the most OP one? Are we going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Let me know in the comments section down below. Now let's talk about one of the most important things in Far Cry, which are weapons. How do you earn them and how do you upgrade them? That's going to be the point I know a lot of you guys want to know. So there are things called armory challenges in the game. Now, armory challenges are being able to be obtained by walking to this treasure-looking thing called a armory challenge. You complete armory challenges to unlock new weapons and their weapon cases. We're going to take a look at the cases in just a little bit, but these weapon cases are pretty awesome because not only do you have to get the weapon case, but you have to unlock it and also upgrade it. Once a weapon is acquired, its weapon case is permanently unlocked in your armory. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't lose that weapon. It means that that weapon is always accessible whenever you're going to be doing a mission. Now, when you die, spend cash to purchase weapons again for unlocked weapon cases. Now, that's where I want you guys to perfectly understand. If you get a weapon and you take it into the game and you end up dying, you'll lose the weapon, so you have to go ahead and purchase that weapon again. That's why cash is really important. So that's how you unlock the actual cases for the weapons. Now let's take a look at the weapons themselves. Alright, so now let's take a look at the weapon cases. As you guys notice in the weapon cases, we have 3 different categories. We have primary weapon cases. These are going to be your standard weapons. We have secondary weapon cases, and we also have specialist weapon cases. Now, of course, all of them are going to be able to be obtained, and the way you obtain these guys is not by having some sort of money. The only time that you need money for these is by, being able to upgrade these. But you're able to unlock these by completing, once again, the armory challenges, which are scattered throughout the mines. Now, I was really hesitant on this one because I did want to show you guys the weapons, but I think it's going to take that, surprise factor. So I'm going to let you guys explore that when the DLC goes live. But I did want to give you guys an idea of what you could expect. I thought it was a very creative way of the way they did this, where you unlock the case, you get the weapon, and on top of that, you still need to upgrade the weapon. So it gives you a lot of replayability if you want to upgrade every single weapon as you progress. Now, one other cool thing about the weapons is that you're actually able to reroll mods and purchase mods, which I would have to show you the actual weapon and show you that in the menu, but I did want to give you guys the idea of what you're able to do as far as upgrading the weapons. Now, there are multiple other stuff that you could do as far as the DLC. You could do trials to help you unlock powers, to help you progress throughout the story. There is some sort of type of horde mode as well. So a lot of really cool stuff coming in the DLC, but I wanted to give you guys an overall idea of what you could when the DLC comes live. I am extremely excited. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. And I know you're asking, Laser, you said you were going to tell us when the release, what's going to happen. So I'm going to tell you guys right now. So the release date is set for November the 15th. But like I said, I am very, very precautious in what I say on November 15th due to the fact that we don't know what Ubisoft's going to do. They might release it tomorrow and be like, oops, we made a mistake. Or they might release it a week later and be like, oops, we thought it was the 15th and we released it a little bit late. So it's set for the 15th. but we're crossing our fingers that it actually releases on the date it's supposed to release. So we're just a couple weeks away, guys. I know you guys are going to enjoy it. There's a lot of replayability in the DLC, which I'm excited for. So if you guys are enjoying our Far Cry coverage, do me a huge favor, guys. Drop a comment, drop a like, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel, turn on all those notifications so you guys won't miss when our videos go live. And if you want to go the extra mile, do becoming a member of the Bolt Nation. Link is down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.